Hey everybody, Bradley's Fan 9 here, Pogo Shiny Hunter. I want to hit you with a update on my last video where I was talking about the recent ban wave and what may have caused it and how safe it was and what you could do during shadow ban. So this update here, I'll just give you all the information I've gathered from all the people who have commented down below in the comment section. Thanks for all your input, all your comments and helpful tips and research that you have done yourself has helped me understand this a little better, as well as people who have followed me on Pogo Shiny Hunter on Instagram. Lots of people have talked to me throughout there too, and I've also gathered more information on there. So I've talked to hundreds of people who have gotten hit with this red warning ban wave, and including myself and my alt account. So I'll give you the information on what I've got so far and how safe it is to spoof. I'm sure people who regularly spoof, you got a main and you got alt or alt accounts. People are wondering if they could use this main or not. So with this information, I'll tell you why I feel it is safe to use your main. But let's get into that. Let's dive into that right now. So people with a red warning, if you're not too sure what that meant and you don't want to go watch my other video, this is pretty much what happens when you go to sign in. So if you get hit with a red warning, you get a shadow ban for 7 days. If it's your first out of 3 strikes, 2 out of 3 strikes is 30 days. 3 out of 3 strikes is a permanent ban on your account. That's why people are worried and not wanting to get an extra strike. And that's why this information is so helpful. So as you see here, this is my alt account. And when you sign in with a red warning, it hits you with that every time you sign in. But as you see there, it says 3 more days. So it starts with 7 and starts to count down. But every time you sign in, it's like, you're a cheater, you're a cheater. Points it out to you. But hey, we're having fun. You can call it cheating if you want. We don't go into competitions and battle people. We're just out here having fun for ourselves. So hate if you want to hate. That's fine. People could do their own thing. So basically, if you have one of those red warnings like I showed you there, this is the information that you will benefit from. To anyone who's sad about not seeing Mr. Peach, he's kind of being lazy right now. See? He's just snoozing, so we gonna do this one without him. So to get to my research, I've been spoofing in the last few days since my video in an account that didn't get a red warning. Basically just spoofing all day, doing regular things that I usually do. If you follow me or you see my other videos, you see what type of things I do. And in my alt account, level 39, also got hit with a red warning. So I've been basically using that account to try things I would in my regular account in my main. So I've done Shundo hunting. I've done raids where I caught a shiny Heatran. You can see that on my Instagram to see the proof. But you're able to raid while a shadow ban, like I mentioned in my last video. And so I've been testing on my second account tons of different things. I've done lots of research because like you don't want to use your main and get caught again with another red warning, get hit with a 30-day shadow ban and have 2 out of 3 strikes, because it would suck to get a main account banned like that. So as far as information I've gathered from comments, thanks to the people who have commented down there, there's one person mentioned that they believed it may have been just a ploy by Niantic to see how much money they would lose by spoofing or getting rid of their spoofers anyways. So just kind of slapping them on the wrist with that little ban. But that's one theory anyways that kind of does make sense. So thanks for that input. But based on my information that I did in my first video, the buddy system does seem to be specifically tied to the bans, and using the picture AR mode, where you take pictures of your Pokemon or place them on the ground using the AR mode, seems to use your geo tracking and uses your location that way. There was a very helpful tip in my last video that someone researched where they had one account where they used everything in the buddy system except for the photos, and one account where they used the photos as well in the buddy system. And this one seemed to be okay. So he was able to feed the berries, walk with the Pokemon, as long as you just didn't take pictures of them or use the AR mode, you seem to be okay. Now as far as that, personally, I still won't touch the buddy system. I'm scared of it right now. I don't want to touch that shit. But as far as using your main accounts, I would honestly at this point say that it's safe to use your main accounts. I was spoofing for 2 days straight in other accounts, including that second account that I said also had a red warning. I did everything. I even forced myself to get soft banned, catch a Pokemon, travel through countries to go to another area, try to catch that Pokemon, and that if you see my cooldown video, the Pokemon just flee right away. Now the theory that some people had was respecting cooldowns was what would get you banned if you didn't respect it. I soft ban myself all the time, so I honestly wouldn't worry about that. I do not feel that has anything to affect it. Because someone could just sign in on their phone in a different country and try and catch a Pokemon in your account and it would do the same thing. I feel it would be way too complicated to keep track of that shit. But as far as the geotagging and using the pictures on your buddy system, I would totally avoid that. Now you can just go to your camera settings in your phone and turn off the camera if you wanted, but it would give you an annoying warning or message anyways every time you go to catch a Pokemon. It would say, turn on your camera, turn on your camera. So I wouldn't advise that. I don't feel it's necessary to turn off the camera completely, but I would just avoid using it of taking pictures of your Pokemon. Because honestly, since I made that video, there's been less than 10 people who have come to me saying they've gotten a recent red warning. And most of them have either still were on the old version of iSpoofer, got the warning ahead of time and just noticed it now, or used their buddy system. So honestly, what I believe, Niantic did a scan of everybody and then noticed people who used their buddy system and realized the locations didn't match, and then decided to just ban them accordingly. And I believe that may have just been one wave and they're going to stop doing that. So honestly, it could even be safe to use your buddy. If you have tried it and want to try it out, make sure to leave the comments below. I love the information from everybody. It helps build the community. But in the end, I would advise avoiding the buddy system for now at least. But as of right now, the Piplup community day is going on. About half an hour after recording this, it's going to be starting in Spain, amongst many other places in Europe. And then eventually it's going to be in North America. So if you're wondering if it's still safe to spoof and play in your shadow banned account, I did that in mine. In my second, I caught a Shundo. And at that point, it was Tokyo starting, and I was like, screw it, let's bring the main into play. And it's been fine. I still have no extra red warnings on any account. Even the accounts, I did everything I could except use the buddy system to get myself red warninged, and it never happened. So I hope all that research helped everyone else out there feel kind of safe using it. Now, you can't trust it 100%. We're all spoofing here. It's technically against the rules. But you could go on and on about how it's not fun to play in a low populated town where no one spoofs, or if there's 5 stops in a 50-kilometer radius. You could go on and on. It's not fair to people who live in small towns. If you live in a busy town, those are pretty much the only people who complain about people who spoof. There's lots of great legit players out there that respect spoofers, because honestly, there's not that much effect of a spoofer in the legit community, except for maybe hopping in a few gyms. But honestly, they get affected more by getting helped in raids than anything. So we should all just kind of get along, in my opinion. But that's another topic. At the end of the day, I feel it's safe to use your main to spoof right now. You could go follow Pogo Shiny Hunter to see any updates I have. If I do get banned again, you'll see it right away on there. But I honestly don't believe I will. So everyone out there who has followed me and interested about this update, thanks for sticking with me here. I hope you enjoyed my information that I put onto you, and hope it helped you feel free to go spoof again in your main and go back to the regular everyday stuff. Just avoid that buddy system. I know some people say they didn't use the buddy system and still got red warning. Now there's a chance you were still using old iSpoofer, or you were trying to download iSpoofer from App Valley or IPA Store or some other location than the video, my direct download video shows. So there's lots of other things that could get you red warninged. But honestly, it seems up to this point, this was my first time actually getting red warning for being a spoofer. And I've done this for over a year now, hardcore spoofing. Gotten 197 Shundo Pokemon, 198 actually since I got that Piplup. So, hope you all could trust my information here. And if you get any more research or more information, please leave the comments below. I respect all the input that I get from people. It helps me understand things more. If I could gather all this information, then release it all back to you. So, have fun out there, everybody. Hope you enjoyed Piplup Community Day. And have fun spoofing out there. See you in my other videos, everybody.